Green energy or green hydrogen, which I covered extensively yesterday, is very feasible. However, it's not commercially viable yet. It's very expensive to produce. It's green, it's great. The challenge is to make it commercially feasible vis-a-vis fossil fuels.
What do you think are the steps to make it feasible? How do we get there?
Well, economies of scale is one thing, and more global projects, because the bigger you go, the lower are your construction and production costs. And regulation, so far it's a market driven by regulation.
What is the greenest energy? Because you also mentioned nuclear energy in your presentation yesterday, and a lot would assume that that is the greenest.
Yes, that's what we call pink hydrogen. Indeed, it's the greenest to produce, and it's cheaper to make than green hydrogen. It's also easier to scale up, but still it's not economical compared to traditional fuels, and you have the issues of trust and public image of nuclear.
Well, then, how do you think we can build up nuclear's reputation, perhaps? No?
I think it's a very difficult question. I think it depends on it's more to do with how society accepts it, and they do not see so much public support towards nuclear at the moment compared to hydrogen. We always say that the biggest challenge these countries are facing, like Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, is logistics. They are landlocked. Uzbekistan is double landlocked. Your nearest port is 100 miles away or so, and by the time you get to your target markets, a lot of your profit is eaten up by logistics. And when talking about specifically green hydrogen, I think reputation is a big issue, because so far these countries have been known as a source of relatively cheap oil and gas, and now when they're switching to green hydrogen, there's not enough public awareness yet.
The last question I have is related to regional integration. A lot of the speeches I've heard you have talked about how the countries here should align their regulations, should better align kind of the softer components of integration rather than the hard infrastructure. Do you have any insights into how Central Asian countries can better collaborate and work together?
Yeah, I think a couple of important points were raised yesterday during our panel discussion. Common legislation, also common language, the vocabulary, because they are lagging behind the European Union. Yes, that would help, and also working a lot closer with the international partners, so with technology providers, market consultants, and then getting to the end consumers.